Well, hello there. Thank you for joining us here at Coolest Life. My name is Tony. I'm here to take you through the decision-making process. I've become a Mason, and do I want to join the Shrine? Do I want to join the York Rite, or do I want to join Scottish Rite? I want to take you through really quickly the differences within the organizations, how they compare and contrast, and maybe help you make the right decision initially on your Masonic journey. Now, this video is really geared toward Masons. I'm not going to be talking about secrets and passwords and blah, blah, all that kind of stuff. No, that's not what this is about. I want to tell you a little bit about my background and where I come from and how long I've been a part of all three of those organizations, and what I like and what maybe I don't like about the different organizations. So come along and join us, because you just entered the Coolest Life, in-depth Masonic edition. So let me give you a little quick background of myself. I joined Masonry. I got initiated back in 2012. I became a Master Mason in 2013. I became a worshipful master of a lodge in 2018. And the very next year, I was a master of another lodge, 2019, because I was allowed to be a dual member in my jurisdiction that I was from. So quickly after probably 2014, I think I joined the Shrine. 2015, maybe 2016, I joined Scottish Rite, and then I joined York Rite shortly thereafter. So I've been around the organization, and I didn't just join and I was a card carrying member and I just left. No, I came up through the ranks of all those. With the Shrine, I was a member, a vice president of the local Shrine Club, because we didn't have a Shrine temple in our area. So as far as Scottish Rite goes, my background is I spent 3 years as the general secretary of our valley. Yeah, so I was this deep in Scottish Rite. So 3 years is a long enough time to really get to know everything and understand how things go and what processes you have laid out. And then York Rite, I came up through the ranks of chapter, council, and commandery, and was the head of those bodies in our local area in Columbus, Georgia, which is about 200,000 members. And we support, I think, 33 lodges or something like that, can plug into that. So I came up through the ranks of a venerable master and a high priest in one, and the other was a commander of our commandery. So I come to you with a plethora of knowledge in these three areas. How do they compare and contrast? Why did I join each one of them? I joined Shrine to be a Shrine clown. If you check out my other videos, which I may put up there. I put it up there, yeah. Actually, I think I put it up here. So check out my other videos, and they'll explain to you more in depth about what the Shrine is and what they do, because you'll find out in it that there's a lot of organizations within the organizations, lots of units that you can join, and also lots of different clubs you can join that are maybe closer to your area or whatever the case might be. Why did I join that? Shrine is a lot more casual and fun, I guess you'd say, for what they do. In most Shrine centers, there is a bar of some sort. It doesn't mean that they push alcohol on you. They don't have funnels and stuff like that. No, it's more of a gentleman's bar more than anything. Sometimes they'll open a bar before the meeting so you can drink, but as soon as the meeting starts, bar shuts off. That's the typical. Not every place. Some of the bar may stay open. Some they don't open until after the meeting. Some they might not open the bar at all. So it varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. But again, it's more casual. They don't wear aprons like Masons do. They do wear the funny fez hat. I talk about that in another video too. More details about that. But the dress is dressed down. You can come in there in shorts. It's not a big thing. Jeans, it's no big deal. You can do that. Not a problem at all. And also most of their meetings are open to the ladies. So ladies can come in and join and attend 100% of their meetings, because they don't have a big ritual with the way they open or anything like that, for the most part, until they're doing initiations and bringing them in members. Then it's only closed to members, only open to members, and the ladies can't be attending that. So the next one I joined was Scottish Rite. Scottish Rite is a little more coat and tie. So they're and they get together, and their initiations is a little more drawn out. So you go from the third degree from masonry. So you start with the fourth degree in Scottish Rite, and you go all the way up to the 32nd degree. And let me throw this in there just because it's a sore on my side. There is no such thing as a 33rd degree Mason. There is no such thing as a 33rd degree Mason. There is a such thing as a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Mason. But if anybody ever says, my daddy was a 33rd degree Mason, no, he wasn't. No such thing. Didn't exist. You don't know what you're talking about. I hate when people say that. I know someone's going to comment and say, I was a 33rd degree Mason. I won't say, no, you weren't, you jerk. So anyway, 33rd degree is only for Scottish Rite. It's got nothing to do with Shrine. It's got nothing to do with Blue Lodge, and it's got absolutely nothing to do with York Rite. So make that clear. 32nd degree, same thing. So that's their own thing. The Scottish Rite is a little more formal. They tend to have their own facility, just like the Shrine does, that they work out of. The York Rite. The York Rite does it. The York Rite's a little more formal. Chapter council is coat and tie, but the organization, the commandery is a uniform. It's a full-fledged uniform, shoulder boards, ropes, medals. I guess the medals are over here. Some of them have name badges, so it's a little more formal. You get a sword, yay! So you get a sword, you can buy those things online. They got this really cool hat called a chapeau. So if you like the militaristic kind of background thing, that's a great organization to be a part of. There's also a lot of history. There's a lot more in-depth Masonic teaching about Masonry's history and biblical history and different things that go along with York Rite that you don't find in the other two. You do have so let me stick with the York Rite. York Rite doesn't tend to have its own facility. They don't. That's not the York Rite building. Most, and I do mean most. I think I've maybe seen 2 in my travels. I've been in 27 jurisdictions now. I've seen 2 York Rite facilities. Most of them meet at a Blue Lodge, a regular lodge that you would see, and they might have a logo outside of it. And it's no different from Order of the Amaranth, Grotto, Eastern Star. They're basically the same thing. They actually meet in a Blue Lodge and one of your regular lodges in your jurisdiction. So they don't tend to have their own facility, but they're a little more formal in that sense, that with the militaristic background, especially for the commandery as it goes. So those are some of the kind of compare and contrast. They all raise money and give and donate money to philanthropies. So one way, shape, or form, and they can vary vastly from Shriners Hospital, huge 22 hospitals throughout the country, Mexico and Canada, to doing something local. So you don't know what they're going to be donating money to. But then again, I don't think most people join an organization to go and donate money to something, because you can just donate money to something. Okay, if what you want to do is raise money for cancer awareness, then you can go do that. You don't have to do that through an organization like this. But although organizations like this may donate to those organizations, those things, each of them are going to have dues. Each of them is going to have, and dues may vary. Shrine dues. Right now, my shrine dues runs me $115 a year, so it can be a little steep. Commandery dues is like 40, 35, and 65, I think, for all 3 groups in the commandery. And then my Scottish Rite dues was running me was 100. I think it was 150 until I became a perpetual. So it can get costly. Again, that's a year, not a month. So it can get costly and can catch up with you. They all tend to want to get their money in the fall. I like each of them. They're all different. I really enjoy doing the parades and the circuses with the Shrine. With Scottish Rite, I enjoy the programs. Typically in Scottish Rite, they'll have a program at their meeting. Guest speaker will come in. They'll do a history of the American flag near Flag Day. And so there's lots of programs that you don't tend to find in York Rite or Shrine. The York Rite is more focused on their traditions of what they do. This is what they have at this time of the year. The Scottish Rite has a little bit of that in a sense of Feast of Tishri. so they've got some things that they do every year that is pretty consistent, and what they talk about. When I was a part of Scottish Rite, and we had an organization within Scottish Rite called the Knights of St. Andrew, they'll do a what do they call it? A toast? No, it's a Burns night. So, Brother Burns was a poet laureate, and so they dedicate one day to him and do a toast to some of his, and he made I do a speech called the Haggis. I toast the Haggis. Fair full your honest jolly face, great chieftain of the sausage race. Above them all you take your place. Stomach, tripe, or intestine, are you worthy of her grace? As long as me arm. So anyway, there's a whole big speech to that, and it's really a lot of fun to get involved in organizations like that where you can do presentations and really have a good time with it, because it's actually a speech that's made in jest. So it's really a lot of fun to get involved in these organizations. It depends on if you want to get involved in an organization that does a lot of fun, a lot of different stuff. I would say the Shrine. If you like the militaristic background, by all means, you need to go toward the York Rite and do. And you like history, especially if you like history or history buff, York Rite all the way. If you like programs, maybe some programs you can bring your wife to, because we definitely did in my valley. It's Scottish Rite, So they compare and contrast just a little bit there. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna let you go. Be sure to like and subscribe, and send this to your friends who might be deciding on what do they want to join the Shrine, Scottish Rite, or York Rite, or all three, like I did. So hope to see you on down the road. I'm gonna let you go. Again, like and subscribe, and I'm gonna let you go because I need to get back out here living the coolest life.